Hello, and welcome to our lesson on solving transformed trigonometric equations. So in this question, we've been asked to solve sine 3 theta is equal to a half in the range where theta is between 0 to 360. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change our range to match sine of 3 theta. So because we've multiplied theta by 3, we're going to multiply the 360 by 3, and we get 1080. And 0 multiplied by 3 is still 0. So now I'm going to plot sine of 3 theta within this range. So here we have the graph of y is equal to sine 3 theta. So the next thing we need to do is we're being told that this is equal to a half. So we need to find out the first angle at which this becomes 1/2. So to do this, we're going to solve this equation. We have sine 3 theta is equal to a half. We'll take the arc sine of both sides, which is sine to the -1. So 3 theta will be the arc sine of 1/2. And if we did this on our calculator, we can see that 3 theta is equal to 30 degrees. So 30 degrees on our graph is about here. And we can draw a horizontal line parallel to the x-axis through the curve. So now we can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 solutions to 3 theta. The first one is at 30 degrees. The second one, well, if this is 30 degrees from 0, this will be 30 degrees from backwards from 180, which will give us 150. The next one will be at 390, and then 30 degrees back from 540 will give us 510. And then we'll have 750, and then we'll have 870. So these are the solutions to sine of 3 theta. So we can say that 3 theta is 30, 150 degrees, 390, 510, 750, and 870. So to work out theta, which is what we've been asked to work out, we'll divide 3 theta by 3. So theta will equal 10 degrees, 50, 130, 170, 250, and 290 degrees. So these are our solutions in the range stated. Okay, let's try another question. So now we've been asked to solve tan of a half theta is equal to minus 1 over root 3 in the range 0 to 360 again. So again, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change our range to match theta in the question. So now because we have a half theta, we'll divide the 360 by 2, so we get 180. And we'll divide the 0 by 2, so again we get 0. So now I'm going to sketch tan of a half theta in this range. So now to find our first solution, well, we know tan of a half theta is minus 1 over root 3. So we'll take the arctan of both sides. These will cancel. So a half theta will equal the arctan of minus 1 over root 3. And this gives us a half theta to be equal to minus 30 degrees, which we can see is about here, minus 30. So now we'll draw a horizontal line through the range. Now, in this solution, we're not going to include because it is outside of our range, and our range starts from 0. So the solution that we will include is this one here. But we know that this is 30 degrees back from y equals 0, or 0 degrees. So this will be 30 degrees back from 180. So this will have a solution of 150. So 1/2 of theta has one solution at 150 degrees. And because we want theta, we'll multiply this by 2, and we get our solution of 300 degrees. Okay, let's try another question. Okay, so in this question, we've been asked to solve 2 sine of theta plus 50 plus root 3 is equal to 0 within the range of 0 again to 360. So again, the first thing we're going to do is change our range to match that in the question. So we need theta plus 50. So I'm going to add 50 to both of our ranges, and we get 410, and then 50 degrees. So now I'm going to plot sine of theta plus 50 within this range. So the first thing we need to do is rearrange our equation. So we have 2 sine of theta plus 50 plus root 3 is equal to 0. So the first thing I'm going to do is take away the root 3 from both sides. These will then cancel. So now we have 2 sine of theta plus 50 is equal to minus root 3. And next, we'll divide both sides by 2. So these will cancel. So now we have sine of theta plus 50 is equal to minus root 3 over 2. And then we'll take the arcsine of both sides. So theta plus 50 will be the arcsine of minus root 3 over 2, which is minus 60 degrees. So we can plot this about here, when this is minus 60. So now we'll draw the horizontal line parallel to the x-axis. And you can see there are 2 solutions within our range. This solution at minus 60 falls outside of our range of 50 to 410 degrees. So we're not going to include this solution. But the other 2 solutions, here and here, are within our range. So now we know when y equals 0, we go 60 degrees back to find our first solution. We can use the same idea at 180. We'll go 60 degrees to the right, and this solution will be at 240 degrees. The second solution will be at 60 degrees to the left of 360, which is 300. So now, theta plus 50 has 2 solutions at 240 degrees and 300 degrees. To work out theta, we'll take away 50 from both, and we get 190 degrees and 250. So these are our 2 solutions. Okay, let's try one more question. Okay, so in this question, we've been asked to solve 5 sine of 2 theta is equal to 2 cos 2 theta, again within the same range of 0 to 360. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change our range to match the 2 theta. So we have 0 is less than 2 theta, which is less than 720 degrees. But before I sketch the graph, I'm not sure whether we're going to use sine or cos or something different. So I'm going to play about with this equation a little bit. We have 5 of sine 2 theta is equal to 2 cos 2 theta. But if I divide both sides by cos of 2 theta, we know that sine of theta divided by cos theta is tan theta. So these will cancel. The sine divided by cos is tan. So we have 5 tan 2 theta will equal 2. So I'm going to draw tan theta within this range. So now I'm going to carry on with our equation, and we'll solve it to find 2 theta. So tan 2 theta is 2 over 5. We'll take the arctan of both sides. So 2 theta will be the arctan of 2/5. And this gives us 2 theta is 21.8 degrees, which is about here. So now we'll draw our horizontal line. and you can see we have 4 solutions. The first solution is 21.8, and this is across from 0. So our second solution will be 180 at 21.8, which is 201.8. Our next solution, 381.8, and then 561.8. So these are our solutions for 2 theta. So to work out theta, we'll divide these by 2, and we get theta is 10.9, 100.9, 190.9, and 280.9 degrees. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you found that useful. Thanks again, and take care.